Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and I'm actually in the store today. How crazy is that? I guess it happens sometimes, right? Um, it happens a lot, actually. I just don't always. We mostly do our lives from the cottage. I do a lot of them from the house just because sometimes I leave here at the end of the day and run up to the house just to be home already, so that when I'm done with the live, we're home and we can have dinner and it's easy. But I'm here at the store today, and it is a rainy day here in Ligonier. It's a very rainy day. I think it's been raining most of the day on and off. I thought it was only supposed to rain for like 2 hours today, but it started raining early. Apparently, if you missed it, Andrew posted a beautiful photo of a rainbow. There's apparently a double rainbow that some people had seen earlier here in Ligonier in the morning time. So that's nice, even though it's rainy. And rain is good. We can use the rain. A lot of people, get concerned about rain before winter and stuff, but it's really good to get rain in the ground before the ground freezes for those who need groundwater. We do still have a lot of people around, being in a small area here, that use well water and things like that. So it's always good to let that rain soak in before the ground freezes. Hello, June. Hello, Suzanne. Thank you for tuning in. Um, I have I have some emails. I have not gotten to some emails. So if you have emailed me and not heard back yet, I'm working through emails. We got a lot of emails over Fort Days and over the takeover, over Fort Days, over the TGBE, and I am working through it. So I will be probably getting to most of those tomorrow and probably Friday. Um, Jen will be in the store for classes on Friday, which reminds me I have to send out an announcement for that to let people know and remind people. Um, but we will, that usually gives me some time to work on some things like that without having to worry that customers may come in and interrupt that flow, because as soon as a customer walks in, we drop everything and talk to them and hang out with them. So sometimes it's hard to stay in the flow. So I'm going to try and get through all of your emails tomorrow. If you've sent an email, if you haven't sent me an email and you want something, it's a good time to send it right now, because I'll be working through them tomorrow and Friday. Let's see here. Hello, Donna. Thanks for tuning in with us. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Mary Ann. Hello, Michelle. So what is going on today? Today I'm going to show you some of my picks from around the store. I have a few things I picked today to show you. I had more, and I don't know where they went. That's weird. That's strange. There they are. Okay. So, hello, Diane. Nancy says, have you tried an asymmetrical haircut? I think most of my haircuts are kind of asymmetrical most of the time, but no, I haven't specifically tried anything. I usually go in, get the same haircut because I know it's easy. My stylist already knows it. Am I still there? Am I still here? Can you see me? Am I back? Let me know in the comments. Hello? Can you see me? Can anyone see me? If you can see me, leave me a comment. You're back. Oh, good. I don't know what's going on. It's just, sometimes it's one of those days. Maybe the weather's affecting my internet somehow. I don't know. The internet just went out, so I switched over to my cellular signal. We'll hope that stays. The internet's still working in the store, but for some reason, didn't like this video stream. So we'll see what happens. Don't know what's going on. Suzanne said William's store picks are always dangerous. I don't think I have too much dangerous today. Maybe. Try to find some things that aren't too expensive, but hopefully you'll still like. Some of them are expensive. My things. I like expensive things. Let's see here. Nancy. No, you didn't offend me, Nancy. Don't worry. Good. Glad I'm back. Okay, so everyone seems to be seeing me. I don't know what's happening with the signal. Hopefully it stays long enough for us to do this. Don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, we'll be getting to emails tomorrow and Friday. Some people said they've resent their emails. That's good. If you didn't hear back from me, it's always good to send it just to make sure I got it. But I did get everyone that I see here that's asking me, Michelle, I got yours. I just have to make an order big enough that we can actually order from our supplier. Because I know you wanted some seed bead tubes, but we have to have a minimum order. So I can't just order yours. I have to put an order together to get those. So I'll be working on that here this week. So we'll get yours in with that order. If anyone else wants any type of seed beads, delicas, something like that, now would be the time to send us an email about those. If you have the color or the codes that you want, I can check them for you while I am placing an order for Michelle. Let's see what else is going on. So much going on, always so much. Andrew was up all night long. I don't know what he was doing. I actually do know, but he was at the cottage all night. He came home around 12:30, noon today, somewhere around noon, 12:30 today, and went right to bed. So I doubt we'll be seeing him on this video, although you never know. Sometimes a few hours of sleep and he's popping back up. Popping up like a jackrabbit, right? Like they say, or somebody says, maybe him. So yeah, I'm going to show you some things that I have here, some things I've pulled from the store floor, some things that, some of these I've shown before, maybe some of them I haven't shown for a while. I also have, which is the possible, like the worst time to find extra Halloween charms is like a few days before Halloween. So we did just list a bunch of new Halloween charms in the online store. Unfortunately, because of the time constraints, we will not be able to ship those out to anyone before Halloween. We've been working hard to make sure we try to get everything out before Halloween, so y'all get your stuff and have time to make something. Even if it's just a day, people are still ordering Halloween stuff. We're trying to get it out. We've upgraded some people to priority shipping just to get those out faster. And try to make sure that you try to get your Halloween stuff. At this point, if you order Halloween stuff, you're probably not going to get it before Halloween. Unless you are local and you order for pickup, or you upgrade to priority, then maybe there's a chance. That might work. Donna says, got my order today and everything is beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad everything arrived okay. So we're going to look at some Halloween charms today, some new ones that are in. If you want it, Susan says every day is Halloween, so no big deal, right? So for those of you who love Halloween no matter what, we got some charms that we found in the back room. Finally got them in the online store after everything's been so busy. They have been in the store floor. They have been on the store floor, the physical store floor here for a few days. We brought them out for the witches when we found them and made sure they were out for the witches to come in. And it's just taking us a few days, not many, but to get them all online and listed and everything. So that will be that. I also have some Christmas charms and beads and fun things that we found and we're putting out. So you'll get a look at those if you want to start preparing anything for Christmas or the sparkly time holidays, right? So we have that. I'm going to show you a few of those. I'm going to show you some handmade artisan items and some gemstone strands. So pretty good show today. So hopefully you like it. Hopefully you like it. So what is going on with all of you out there? How's everything going? I know some people were having some hard days the other day when we talked on Monday. I hope you're doing better out there. I say a lot. I'm realizing how much I say I need to just be quiet instead of umming. But we are working on a lot of things here. I think I talked about this a little bit. Andrew may have too. We had on Sunday, we were with our friend Jenny DiBenedetto, and I still need to get her, profile, her Instagram profile on these comments so that you can follow her and make friends. She's a really talented enamelist in Pittsburgh, and I just ummed again. She taught us some things with enameling, and I'm excited to try it. I thought I was going to get over to the studio, over to the cottage before Andrew came home. I was getting ready. I was just about ready to go out the door, and he walked in the house and said, "I'm too tired. I'm not going back over." So we need to work on some enameling stuff, and I'm excited to try it. But I've been looking at, did I talk about this? I've been looking at crickets, CRICUT. I guess it's pronounced cricket, cricket. Michaels carries them, and those machines that cut things out. And doing enameling, we can use those cutouts in vinyl and whatnot to create silk screens that we can use for enameling. So instead of using the silk screen as an ink screen, we can use it as an enameling screen, which is pretty dang cool. That means that anything we design, anything Andrew would design, or patterns we can design tons of different patterns and our own things to make enameled pieces. We did debut some enameled pieces in our online store. I think there are still a few of them available, but they were kind of monocolored, and I really wanted to get into something more interesting than that. So I forgot it. I was going to show you my little piece that I made with Jenny. I'll post a photo after this video so that if I remember, hopefully I remember. I lose a lot of memory between the store and the house, even though it's only like a 2-minute drive. But hopefully I'll remember to do that, and I'll get that up there for you all so you can see what I'm talking about and some of the things we're working on. Let's see here. Suzanne says, "Christmas!" Exclamation, exclamation, right? I love Christmas. I love it. Got a show on Saturday, so the rest of my week is going to be crazy busy, says Donna. Yeah, we if you haven't seen some of the things Donna's made, if you're in her neck of the woods, make sure you go visit her at the show. It'd be a good time to meet new friends, right? We showed some of Donna's things on our stories and shared them. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Let's see here. Susan's still recovering from this virus, but I did manage to do my weekly grocery, pet store, Target run this week. So I'm slowly getting better. That's awesome. You know, progress is progress. It takes a while, right? Viruses take a while. We know from COVID, it took me weeks before I felt semi-normal again. I still think that my energy levels are not what they were. As I yawn talking about energy, did I make you all yawn? Probably. I know my energy levels are not quite back, and I know I still have some brain fog from it. So I wish you well on your path, as always. Teresa says, "My friend has that machine." Yeah, the Cricut machines. So we've been looking at those. It's another expense that we don't really, you can keep buying stuff all the time. But I think that this would be something that would really do us good for not just that, but other things too. It can work for ceramics. You can do the same screening process to make designs and appliques for ceramics for the glazes and things. So I think since I want to get into ceramics, and it's a crossover between ceramics and enameling, and it uses all the same things. So I can use the Cricut machine. I can use the silk screens and the patterns we make. So I think it might be a thing we're going to have to try. Marion says, just a laundry day here, cold but sunny. Oh, I need to do laundry. That reminds me. I need to do laundry. I need to do the bed sheets and things again. It's that time. And kind of start switching things over, because I think the days are going to start getting colder now. I started looking at the temperatures. We don't have any more 70-degree days again that I could see in the forecast. So it's probably getting time to pull out the other bedclothes and heavier sheets, heavier, comforters. It's getting time. It's getting time. Donna says, oh, and thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. We're happy to do that. If you make stuff with our stuff and you tag us so that we can see it, we can help share. We can help share. And if you're going to events like Donna is, or doing shows like she is, we can help promote you too. Let's see here. Lorraine is with us. Thank you for joining us. Bonnie says, cleaning my bathroom and just catching the live now. Thanks for joining us. Glad you get to clean up a little bit, right? I need to clean up a lot, always. We have some things. The house is starting to get cluttered again. We have some packages we need to open and sort out, and mail that we haven't looked at in weeks because of the events that we've been dealing with and going through. So the house is starting to look dense again, and we need to empty it out a little bit. So I know that feeling. Teresa says, we have a show in Ocean City, Maryland, starting Friday for 5 days. Nice. Nice. If you've made anything that you're going to have in the show with our stuff, put it in your Instagram, tag us at Allegory Gallery, and we can help promote you. We're happy to do that. We do it all the time as much as we can. Not a lot of people tag us, so we can't show everything. Susie says, I need to do laundry as well, but I need to go to the laundromat. Oh, yeah. Going to the laundromat, that would be something that would make me wait to do laundry. I wait long enough to do laundry as it is. My hampers get full, and then they get the laundry done. But going to the laundromat, that's just one extra step sometimes, right? Michelle's been updating her Instagram. That's nice. And Bonnie says, the dust is just thick here. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Susie says, I know that cluttered feeling too, right? Yeah, it's starting to get cluttered. There are things we just drop in the entryway, right? And there are things we just drop in the kitchen and on the counters because you don't have time to get to it. And you'll get to it once all the hectic stuff goes away, and it's never going away. So we have to work on that. It's starting to make me crazy. I cleaned up my office though the other day. I tidied up, I should say. I didn't go through a crazy cleaning, but I tidied up because I was getting so crazy in other parts of the house. I'm like, I need a clean space. So I cleaned up my desk, tidied things up. Things that exploded over there from doing taxes, and we started doing some lives from over there again, and Andrew did some lives from over there again. So it's starting to get crazy, and I like my office to be clean, because when the whole house goes crazy, I at least have one place I can go in and feel like I can settle my mind and work if I need to, right? Sometimes I can work in the crazy. Working in the crazy helps sometimes, but not always. Sometimes you just need a break, right? Hello, Cindy. Thanks for tuning in. Donna had to do 2 loads today on top of running errands. That's crazy, right? Susan says, I do laundry daily only because it will drive me crazy. See, I wish I could get into that, but I cannot. I cannot get into daily. We don't really make enough clothes daily, I would say. Andrew pretty much stays at the house a lot and wears the same pajamas. And when I'm home, I do the same thing. I change my clothes to go out, but we don't make a lot of laundry all at once, so it's okay. It can stay there. Now the folding and that kind of thing, that drives me crazy. And we'll have piles sometimes that are clean, that are not folded, and it makes me crazy, but it is what it is, right? You throw them in the dryer, you turn it on for a few minutes, and they're not wrinkled anymore. What are you going to do? insights into our lives, right? I think a lot of people have those same lives. Suzanne got a new nose stud. I absolutely love it. Nice. That's awesome. Congratulations. I know you were talking about that. So good. Nice. Susie says, I just go buy more undies and sheets, right? That has happened before. That has happened before, especially before a trip, right? Before a trip, when you realize you need that kind of stuff, like the undies, the socks, and you're like, I could do all the laundry now and wait, but I don't quite have enough time. So you just go out and you buy it, right? And then once you bring them back home and they get incorporated into the rest of your laundry, they somehow disappear. I don't know why. I don't know how. I have bought, I don't know how many pairs of socks and underwear before trips in the last year, and I still feel like I have no socks to wear ever. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens. Donna says, well, you can see the floor in my studio where there are storage boxes of beads. Seeing the floor is nice, right? My thing though, like I do have a tendency of putting things in boxes and storing them away. I think I talked about this. And then it makes me crazy in my brain knowing that there are boxes full of things, but it's less crazy than if all those things were out, strewn about. So at least they're in boxes. Suzanne had to tidy up too. House guest comes tomorrow. Nice. That's fun to have friends over. Hopefully you'll have a good time. Bonnie says, me too. Clean clears the head. Sometimes you need to make a mess. Like when you're in a project, I think it's good to make a mess. I don't know why, but I function better working through a project when I can strew things out. But when I'm ready for, like, when I need decompression time and I'm ready to start a new project, I like to have everything put away and clean and ready to start again, even though that doesn't always happen. Marion says, when I had to use a laundromat, I had a ton of socks and underwear, so I didn't have to go that often, right? Yeah, because you can wear jeans, you can alternate your jeans and wear them a few days, right? It's not going to kill anyone. And I wear undershirts a lot of times, so I can wear my top shirts again if I need to. But undies and socks, those are daily changes. You got to have enough, right? Got to have enough. Marion says, fold laundry. I don't do that. Yeah, we don't get around to folding much of our laundry. I have to be honest with y'all. I have to be honest. We don't fold a lot of our laundry. It stays in baskets after it's done out of the dryer. And if it needs to be de-wrinkled before I wear it again, it goes back in the dryer and tumbles a little bit again. It's just the way it is. Sorry if you had all these high hopes that I was a laundry folder and organized laundry, put it away. No. I worked in retail long enough. I folded enough clothing for my entire life. So if I don't want to fold clothing ever again, I've worked in retail long enough. I can take that. And just run with it. I can take my baskets and be fine. Bonnie says, I hang everything except undies and socks. We do hang a lot, actually. We have a clothesline in our basement that we don't use to dry things on necessarily, but for our shirts and things like that, I will often take them out of the dryer and throw them up on the line just to make it easier. Now, once it gets into sweaters and things like that, those are harder because you don't want them to hang or to pull. So sometimes I'll fold those, but towels, underwear, socks, they get thrown in the basket and they get worn. And if I don't do my shirts, if I don't hang them up, because I've also hung enough clothing for the rest of my life through retail, it's okay. There are things, that you think everyone does, and you worry about, oh, if I don't fold my laundry, people are going to think I'm bad, or people, you get older and you realize a lot of people don't fold their laundry, right? A lot of people throw it in the basket, throw it on the line, hang it up. That's it, right? I know there are, because I've talked to people. I've shared these demons before with people, and they've shared theirs, and they're the same demons. We just throw stuff in a laundry basket, and you do your best, right? Life is too busy to worry about laundry. That's what I think. And I wish life were too busy to worry about dishes too, because that's a whole other thing that I don't like to do. But you can't have stanky dishes laying around too long, right? Thankfully, we have a dishwasher. I used to be one of those people that said I will never use a dishwasher because we grew up without one. And I said, oh, I like washing in the sink. You make sure you get everything clean. You don't have to load it, unload it, you just do them. And then we got a dishwasher. I knew the error of my ways then, and now I use the dishwasher quite a lot. So thank goodness for the dishwasher. Yeah, so laundry and dishes, two things if I never had to do again in my life, I would be very happy about. I would be very happy. You know, if I could hire someone just to do dishes and laundry and it wasn't too expensive, I would really, really consider it. I would really consider it. I don't like people going through my stuff. I don't know if I could have somebody clean the house. It's just, it would be too, I don't know. It's hard for me. But dishes and laundry, I could let somebody do dishes and laundry. No problem. And then I'd have all my folded laundry and be all done. That'd be so nice, right? Susan says, dirty dishes make me crazy too. Yeah, dirty dishes do make me crazy. They make me crazy. Yeah. Laundry, that's fine. It sits in the hamper, whatever. They get done when they get done. Dirty dishes, you can't wait too long for dirty dishes, right? Michelle said, worked at a dry cleaners for years when I was young. Yep, just keep it in the basket, right? I had a friend who worked at dry cleaners too. It seemed like an interesting job, but yeah, hard job too. Not always easy. Susie doesn't have a dishwasher either. Oh no. Oh no. That's rough. That's rough. I know what that's like though. We used to have to go to the laundromat, especially in New York. In New York, everything was at the laundromat, but they had drop off. So I just dropped off my clothes and everything was priced by the pound. And it came back. You take it in your little, I had a bag, a laundry bag, take it in the bag. They washed it. They folded it beautifully, I might add. And then you paid per pound. It was like 50 cents a pound or something like that to have your laundry done. I wish I had that here. I would probably take advantage of that. So at least I had that kind of laundromat, but we did not have a dishwasher either there. Bonnie says, wouldn't that be wonderful? But I'm the same way. I don't like people in my house. Yeah, right? Yeah, I would love to have somebody come in and clean all the time, like once a week, twice a week, just to keep things up and, you know, me not have to dust ever again in my life or vacuum. That would be nice. We're pretty busy people. I could say that would be something that would take, you know, relief, that would give me relief, that would take away some things that I don't really need to bother with. But I don't like people in the house unless they're friends or family. And I don't want to make my friends or family clean because then your friends and family are cleaning your house. And that's even worse sometimes than strangers in your house cleaning, right? You don't need your friends and family knowing what your house looks like before you do the guest cleanup, right? You just don't need that. So it's hard to have strangers in your house, especially when you have little things. We have a lot of little things and, you know, some of them are expensive, some of them are not. But you have to really trust somebody if you're going to have them in your house cleaning. Because we have a lot of stuff. And if one person came in to clean, it would be hard to tell if something were missing. Andrew would probably know right away if something were missing. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, but it would be nice. It'd be nice to have somebody at least do dishes and laundry. I could get away with that. And dusting. That's pushing it a little bit though, right? That's pushing it a little bit. Let's see. Teresa, someone invented a shirt folding flip unit. Yeah, I had those flip boards in some of my retail jobs. They did not make life easier for me. I can fold something without using a table. I can just flip fold and it's fine. I did enough of it all my years in retail, selling clothes, and it's, for me, those things are messier than anything else. Now there is supposedly an automated one. Somebody made a big machine that you feed clothes into and they come out folded, but that's expensive for one, and it only does certain things if you do them a certain way. You still got to set it up right. It's just too much. Kristen says, oh, that's my hubby. He does the laundry and the dishes. That's nice. That's nice. Andrew and I split it, or try to split it. Andrew does a lot more cooking though, so I try to do more of the dishes and more of the laundry and stuff, but we do split pretty evenly. Leah says, I have a dishwasher there, 17, 20, and 21. How nice, right? That's what we've talked about having kids before. I'm like, what do people do to keep their houses clean? Oh, they have kids. They have kids who mess up the house, but then get old enough to clean up the house, right? Clean up the house. Marianne says, no dishwasher either. When we didn't have room for a big dishwasher in our apartment before we were here in Ligonier, we had a countertop dishwasher, which was just a little one, but if you kept up with things, it worked pretty well. So I highly recommend those. They're not very expensive, and you can get little countertop ones, especially if you're just an individual or a couple. Now, for a family, it's still going to be too much, and you can't really do pots and pans, but you can do your regular dishes. And I always thought, what's the use, right? What's the use? Because it's just, it holds, it holds a few things, but it was so nice. Honestly, it was nice. Janice says, we just started having someone come clean our house once a month since I can't physically do stuff all the time, but I want to re-clean some things after he leaves, right? That's the thing too, is they might not clean like you clean. For me, I don't know. I don't know that I have that. For one, Andrew is up front. He'd be like, you need to clean that better next time. He would be up front and he would tell them. So that's a relief for me, because I think he would say that. But for me, I think any help. I would take any help. Unless they were really leaving it dirty again and it still wasn't clean, then that would be bad. That would be bad. Oh, we're getting more spam. Let's block this user. There, see if that works again. Let's see here. What is going on? Susie said, my counselor told me one time to spray my dirty dishes with Windex and do them when I felt like it. I've actually done that a few times. Yeah, rinse them off, spray them down. I usually put a little soap on them and use the little hose spray nozzle thing, wash them down a little bit if I'm not ready to get to them. And, or if I haven't unloaded the dishwasher yet. And sometimes we all get sick. We all have issues. We all have mental health days where we're like, I'm not doing any of that today, right? And we have to allow ourselves that, because if we try to keep up these appearances that, I do my dishes every single day. I do my laundry all the time. I fold my laundry. I dust my house every week. You start getting into those things, and maybe that's fine, because some people are like that and that helps keep them regulated. But I also think we need to take it easy on ourselves, because we're all busy people and we're going through a crazy time right now. We don't get to everything every day. And it's not gross. It's not disgusting. It's just normal life, right? That's what it is. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for joining us today. Marianne says, yes, a stranger cleaner would be best, at least once you had them investigated, right? Yeah. Bonnie says, I love the SNL skit where the guys are folding the clothes. I don't know if I've seen that. If I have, I don't remember that one. I'll have to look it up. Lorraine says, I would love to have someone clean my house, but I would clean before they came. I don't want someone to think I'm a messy person. I know, right? That's what we always say too. Andrew's like, we would have to clean before the cleaner came. I don't know. I've told you all a little bit. I had a boss. He's passed away now, but he lived in a state unlike many people ever see. He was lucky enough. He started a company fairly young. He started making millions of dollars in that company, and he hired people. He had a maid for a while when he had his kids growing up. They had a maid. And that maid wasn't live-in, but she was long hours, morning till evening, and then she would go home and come back the next day. Help them host their dinner parties and their holiday parties and whatnot. But he in the end, he was living alone. He and his wife had separated, and he went through every one of his dishes. He did not do his own dishes. He waited for the cleaner to come. And he would hire people on and off, whoever, sometimes they were kids, sometimes they were older people, retired, anybody. And they'd usually work for him for a few weeks and then they'd give up because literally he would have them come in once a week to do the dishes, to clean the house. And he was one of these people, when he would get his mail outside of his house, he would open it and then he would toss it on the floor as he got inside the door. He didn't have to clean it up. He didn't care. It would go away in a week. So he would do that. He would literally go through every single one of his dishes before they came in. So he'd have his food all week long. He would run out of silverware. It would all be in the sink, piled in the sink, waiting for the help to come in and clean it. That's a bit extreme, right? When you don't have any single piece of silverware or dishware left to use by the end of the week because your cleaner hasn't come yet and you're not doing your own dishes. He would use the saucepans. I mean, this was everything. He cooked at home. He cooked. He just didn't clean the dishes. So there is, he didn't care. He just didn't care. He didn't mind that people knew that he had a sink full of dishes all week long. He didn't care that, people knew that they're going to clean off his dining room table or the floor of his entryway. And by the time they came in the next week, it was going to be the same. I don't know how you get to that point, but he got there. He got there. And he would often, though, have a lot of people quit because they'd come into the same thing every week. It was just all the dishes, all this. They were new. They came in. They thought, oh, I'll get through this. Next week it won't be as bad. And when next week's just as bad, people didn't last very long. They didn't last very long. Let's see. Let's kick on up here. I'm getting through some comments. Susan says the fur kids just make messes. They don't clean up after themselves. It's true, right? When you have human children, they grow up and they can help you clean. Fur babies do not do that. They do not do that, but I love them anyway, so that's okay. Marion says, I have no counter space. See, that's hard. That's hard not to have any counter space. We don't have a lot in our house either. We have some at least. We had kind of a peninsula in our apartments. We actually had a lot of counter space, but it was kind of across the kitchen. But we want to do someday an island in our kitchen, even like a rolling one or something, so we have a little bit of extra space. But our kitchen's very small. Donna has no counter space at all. That's hard. That's hard. Kristen, it's exhausting. Terry says, I have a giant canning pot where I soak dishes for a day or two. Yeah, right? Why not? Don't make yourself crazy. Leah says, most people's homes are not clean all the time. That's just a sign that you are living life. It's true, right? It's true. And growing up, I don't know. I do think when I grew up, and maybe when some of you grew up, things were a little different. A lot of my friends had parents who only one of them worked and the other one stayed at home. There were some stay-at-home parents. That wasn't the case in our house, but when we'd go over to friends' places, friends' houses, they were always so clean, and it's because someone was there all day long and they could do that. And they didn't have their kids by that time. We were already pretty well grown, so they didn't have a lot of small kids running around, and kids were taking care of themselves. And so I think it's a lot different now. People are working a lot more, parents are working a lot more, and it's harder. And yet we still grew up with that idea that your house, when you visit your house, it should be perfectly clean, it should be spotless. And we get into that mindset. And that's not how, the more, and some of the reasons I talk about some of this stuff is so that, other people can relate, right? And it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes our houses are messy. And as Leah said, that is a sign you're living your life. If you like to clean and your life is all about cleaning, more power to you. But for those of us who our lives are not about cleaning, Sometimes your house is messy. Sometimes your house needs to be cleaned and you don't have time to do it, and that's okay, right? That's okay. If Andrew jumps on here, he'll probably be like, no, we need to always clean. But it's true, right? You don't need to clean all the time. Sandra says, I don't know about people that vacuum every day. I don't know how you could. I don't know how you could get to it. But I'm sure there are people out there who do. Who do. Even if I were insanely rich and I didn't have to work and I could do whatever I wanted with my own life anytime, I would not vacuum every day. I would not vacuum every day. I do like vacuuming. I don't mind. It is one of the few things in cleaning. Like if there is cleaning to be done and it goes around, I'll be like, I'll vacuum. I'll do that. Because actually vacuuming, I actually kind of don't mind. It's one of those things I don't mind. Let's see here. Let's see here. What is going on? I'm sorry, the comments jumped again. Somebody's saying that is gross. Ooh, I don't know what I was talking about, that's gross and ooh. Oh, my boss, probably. I know, right? But he didn't care. There's something about that mindset. Like, he knew it was going to get done, and he barely lived in his house. He was mostly out of his house most of the time. It was kind of like where he slept and where he ate, and that was it. It's weird, right? Bonnie says, I cleaned house for a fashion photographer, and he would have parties all the time. I had to clean up full ashtrays with Mary Jane resin and all kinds of weird private things. I only lasted a couple months. Right? Yeah, I'm sure those were some big wild parties. Marianne says, yes, I have always wanted a day to learn to vacuum, but cat not day autocorrect. I don't know what you're saying, Mary. I don't know what's going on over there. Michelle says, when you're like 20 years old, you vacuum every day. Hit your 40s, no way. I didn't vacuum every day when I was 20. I didn't vacuum every day when I was in my teens. Didn't vacuum every day when I was in my 30s. And I'm not going to vacuum every day now that I'm in my 40s. Not going to happen. Just not going to happen. I'm not going to do any cleaning pretty much every single day. I can guarantee that. There are days the dishes get done tomorrow. That's the way it happens. No way. I have had friends who have probably OCD tendencies or complete OCD, and everything has to be perfect and everything has to be done by the end of the evening. That's not me. That's not me. Susan says the cats hate the vacuum cleaner. They do. They do. Our cats flee. Gilbert hides under the bed for hours after the vacuum cleaner has been out. So that's another reason we don't vacuum every day. We'd never see Gilbert. Susie says, in the end, people don't remember you for how well you kept your house, how clean you kept your house. At least I hope so, right? I think so. I think so. I'm not one of those people. If I go to someone's house and it's a little bit messy, doesn't bother me. Not at all. I tell people, please don't make a big deal of cleaning before I come over. It's not going to matter to me. Not one bit. Teresa says, my daughter-in-law had a Roomba. I've thought about getting one of those, but we generally have things on the floor at random times, and the cats throw up on the floor at random times. I don't think it would be for us. You know, vacuuming to me is not that big of a deal. I can do that once in a while. Sometimes I think these automated things would be nice, but I'm like, but right now we have like stuff all over. What would a Roomba be doing? Nothing. Be bumping into stuff. That's about it. Marion says, I wanted a cat to learn to vacuum, right? That would be nice. That would be nice if they pitched in a little bit more. Hello, Amanda. Thanks for joining in. Donna says, I've always had a thing about dirty dishes, so I do them once a day. That's good. That's good when you can. There are definitely times that Andrew and I eat too late and we just are too tired and we throw them in the sink and we get to them the next day. It's just the way it is. I think most people do that. those things, sometimes there are things that bother us and a little bit compulsive about. Not many of them come for cleaning for me, unfortunately, maybe, but there are things that I get it. They just stick in your brain and you have to get them done. Oh, Amanda says, I'm too busy making things to keep a pristine house. Yeah. And I think the more that, like I said, I think in generations past, when there was usually an adult at home most of the time, or an adult child at home most of the time, it was hard, it was easier to keep a clean house and have everything perfect, and or if you could hire somebody and afford to do that. But nowadays, most of the time, most people work. And when we're done with working, the last thing you want to do is come home to have a pristine house just to say you have it, right? What good's a clean house if there's no one to see it, right? So let it get a little dirty. Clean it when you got some time. That's what I say. And don't worry, don't stress out over it. Like I said, when people invite me and they're like, "Oh, I got to clean," I'm like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Um, we grew up pretty poor, and I've been to some people's houses. I had some relatives who were also poor. They didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of time to do things, or they were, disabled or um, unable to clean a lot. And that's okay. I've seen a lot in my life, and it's all right. Houses are meant to be lived in. That's what I feel. Hello, Harry. Thanks for joining us. Y'all just, Harry, like, it's like because as soon as Harry joins in, I'm just about ready to turn the camera. I don't know how you do that, Harry. He times it for about 40 minutes before when he sees us starting, probably. Um, Cynthia, I love it when my house is clean. I just have to put it off sometimes. Yeah, I love when the house is clean, but it does not stay that way for very long, ever. So that's why I'm like, get your house to the point that it's livable for you, and don't worry about the rest, right? Don't worry about the rest. Don't be so crazy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Because Cynthia's been to our house. It's not perfectly clean at all. There's stuff laying around. We have projects out. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. We try to keep it, not pristine, but we keep it when people are coming over. We do it clean. That's what we do, and we don't get crazy about it generally. We've been better now that everything is out in the studio for much of the work that we do. So at least we don't have all of that to clean up every time, because there used to be projects in every room exploding upon every surface. But now that we have the cottage and his studio is there, it's better in the house. It's harder to or it's easier to clean it right before someone comes. It used to be pretty difficult. We'd take sometimes days to clean up the projects and pack them up just right so that you could do them again later, or because heaven forbid you just throw those projects in a box. Bad times. Harry was pouring a new clay doll and feeding the 3 outdoor kitties. Nice. Janice says, I was spoiled growing up as my parents had someone come clean once a week. That wasn't great, as now I'm not the best at keeping it clean. If we are having company, then the real work begins. Yeah. We didn't have someone clean. We just had a messy house when we were growing up. That's the way it was. My bedroom was probably the messiest room in the house. I'm a very messy person if I don't contain it. As I'm getting older, I'm learning the value of having things in their place. So it's getting better. But I'm a messy person. I'm not going to hide that. My natural tendency is chaos. Is pretty much, if left to my own devices, it would be chaos. Everybody, I'm just upfront about that, and that's just the way it is. But I get it. If company's coming, the real work begins, right? I like that. Michelle says there are 5 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. It doesn't stay clean, right? It's just the way it is. The smaller your space, sometimes the harder it is to keep it clean. You think a small space is easy to clean. Small space gets the messiest the fastest and stays the messiest the longest for some reason. At least you can hide it in a big space. The bigger your house, the more things you can pack in there, and it doesn't look too messy yet, right? Amanda says, as soon as we open the doors, leaves blow in. I have 3 hamsters and 3 kids with dirty soccer cleats and various crafting going on. Beads everywhere. Chaos. Exactly. Chaos. Janice says, my room was the messiest too. My room was the only bedroom upstairs, so no one saw it but me. Yeah, my room was shared. Like, my room had the laundry room in it because we didn't grow up with a lot of money. And my parents bought a very small house. It was a summer cottage that was not meant to be used year round. And we turned it into a little home, added some insulation when they bought it. They added on a room to the house, which was a back room. We actually, in our dining room, we had a window that we kept a curtain over, but we had a window that used to look outside, and now the window just opened. It was like an outdoor window. It opened into the other room. So they had built on a room, and originally it was the living room, or it was the laundry room, and we just called it the room. Put it out in the room growing up. It was just called the room. And that's where all of our toys went. We had a toy box out there. We had not an upright freezer, but what do you call the other freezers? One of those big freezers. We had frozen food in it, and we had our pantry kind of out there. And my brother and I shared a room until I got older, and then I went to the room and had my bedroom there. So my bedroom was there with the laundry, and it was small. It was a small house, and I was chaos. My room was always messy. It's just the way it is. Susie says, I think artistic people are prone to chaos. Sometimes I've known some artistic people that are very, very orderly. But I am prone, I don't consider myself generally artistic, maybe creative in some ways, but I think it's just, I am chaos sometimes. That's the way it is. And that's okay. Except for when you have guests coming over, then you want to clean up and make sure they don't think you're too chaotic. Marianne says, my mom expected the house to be clean and tidy. My mother did not. My mother did not. She hoped for it. She hoped for it, I think, but that's not what it was. My saying is chaos is life, right? After 40 years in this house with 3 adults and 6 cats, there are lots of crap collected. We clean up weekly, but it's still messy, right? That's the way it is. You live in a place. It should reflect you. It should be comfortable for you. And if you're comfortable with your things around you, that's okay. I think so. Deep freezer, chest freezer, Leah. Yes, chest freezer. That's what I was thinking of. Amanda says, I find creative people have the most interesting houses, a bit cluttery here and there, but really interesting. Yeah, I would say ours is a bit cluttered, but we have lots of art. We've collected a lot of knickknacks and usually artisan-made items that we have all over. Sometimes don't have room for them yet. And sometimes they're stuffed away or tucked in a corner and not properly displayed, but they're nice things, right? And we have them, and we like having them. Bonnie says, I had a roommate who was perfectly pressed and appearance was always perfect, but her room was disgusting. She never cleaned and left popcorn and food on the floor. We had mice because of her, right? That can happen. That can happen. Yeah, some people, it's the outward appearance that counts the most, right? I get that. So, yeah, you never know, right? You never know. But don't judge someone too harshly on their house because they've got things to do, right? And cleaning is not always one of them, or tidying or dusting or vacuuming or laundry or dishes all the time, right? It's okay. It's okay. All right. Oh, Suzanne says, I've finished a deep declutter, started in May. Still have 2 small closets to do, but I'm happy. Yeah, there is definitely a good feeling about decluttering and tossing some stuff. I did that in my office recently this year, and I have to do it again. But I do like that feeling. It's a lightness that overcomes you sometimes, right? But yeah, you get to it when you can, right? All right, I better get on with this show because I've already been talking for about an hour. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to start looking at a few things. We'll see how much we get into. It might not be as much now. I don't know. We're going to do everything. We're going to get everything done today. I don't know. We're going to try. This stand, I don't know why. I feel like no one else but me uses this stand, but I feel like every time I go to use it, it's set up wrong. And I don't know why. I don't know why. There's a penny. Okay, so we're going to look at a few things today. These are just some of my picks from around the store. If you would like to purchase any of these are not mostly in the online store. These are only from the in-store portion of our store, of our business. So if you would like to get any of these, take a screenshot. It's been scrolling at the bottom of your screen this entire time. So hopefully you read it. Take a screenshot, send that to us at info@allegorygallery.com. Also, don't forget our online sale, which is not part of this stuff, but the online sale ends tonight at midnight. So visit us at allegorygallery.com. Use the discount code TGBE20, TGBE20, to save 20% on pretty much everything in the store and free shipping on US bound orders over $100. All right. So there you go. Susie says, I have a tchotchke wall that my brother put together, but I never dust them, right? Yeah. We've started storing a lot of our stuff in cabinets. I have a cabinet from my great-grandmother, and we found a matching one. I don't know how it happened, but we found a matching one, and we have both of them now, and they're glass-fronted. So we put the stuff behind the glass, and then you don't have to dust it as much, and it's great. It's great. All right. So, shop spirit's playing with my mind. Yeah, it doesn't take much to play with my mind. All right, let's start with some artisan glass. How about that? Some artisan glass. These are beautiful. They look like almost like a wood, like a mahogany or something. These are from the Two Bead Sisters lampwork glass. This is a $42 strand. It is a beautiful strand of handmade glass beads. These things are only available here. They're not in the online store. So if you like this, take a screenshot of this, throw that screenshot photo in an email to us at info@allegorygallery.com and send it on its way. All right, $42 for those. And I still need to get better lighting in here. I need to come up with some kind of lighting situation so that's a lot of the reasons why I go home into the cottage to do these lives, because the lighting in here is just not great, especially as we get into fall and winter and the light from outside doesn't come through as much. Let me do this. Here we go. There you can actually see the beads. How about that? It's nice when you can see the beads, right? So there you go. That's some better color on those, right? And they have these beautiful kind of ivory tops and bottoms to them, which I just love. These are gorgeous beads. I love them. Look at these. These are also from the Two Bead Sisters. This is a $60 strand, but these are some humongous beads in these. These actually have some glitter. You can see this. I don't know if I can make you see that or not, but there's some actual glitter in those little crevices. It's beautiful, beautiful glass. These are all different ones on here. So each bead is a little bit different. Each bead is a little bit different. $60 on that one. And we also have this. This is $60 from the Two Bead Sisters. I love these. These beautiful purple cubes. They're kind of pink purple. Trying to find the best way. I think the side was the best, like this. $60 a strand, handmade artisan glass. Ooh, isn't this one nice? This is $42. And this is a metallic green. I think you can see the metal kind of sheen better than when I shine it on here. Leah says the purple is stunning, right? I love that. I love purple though. I'm a purple and green. I love green too, so I love this green. And then we got these little strand. This is a $15 strand. 15, $15. And it's this kind of red-orange color. Orangey red. $15. These are all from the two bead sisters. $12 for this strand. This is a matte strand, matte glass in this kind of, almost looks like wood, right? Almost looks like wood. And then I love these twisty ones. $16, $16 for these twisties. You got the three rondelles, three smooth rondelles in between, and then the two twisties. And that's only 15, 15. I'm sorry, 16, $16. And then I have a larger strand of those matte kind of wood-looking beads at $14. Let's move these over a little bit. Fit everything on here together. And then we have this pair for $20. I love this little pair with this little wave kind of designs in that beautiful kind of orangey, kind of fall orange color with the beige and the beautiful colors in that swirl. And this again is $20 for the pair. All right, so beautiful lampwork, glass, beads. Yeah, definitely need that light, right? Lampwork glass beads made by the two bead sisters. All right, put these back in here. And let's move on. These are items from Unicorn beads. These are Boro beads. And we have two that are this pink and blue color with a little bit of maybe, it's kind of a mossy blue, I'm going to say. Kind of a mossy blue color. So these are kind of flat. You can see them there. They have a beautiful texture on them. And the hole goes lengthwise. So the hole goes through here like that and like that. So these are nice pairs if you want the pairs. We also have these two. They resemble one another. They're a little bit different than one another. These two are the closest pairs. But these two are similar. One's a little bit shapen differently. There you go. So we have those. These are all $5 each, by the way. $5 each, $10 for a pair if you want a pair of them. We have these. Sarah says, hello, William, just came on. Did you happen to get my email? I talked about emails at the beginning. You missed it. I will be getting to emails tomorrow and Friday, most likely. I'm going to try and get through all my emails. And yes, Sarah, I do believe I saw yours come in. So these are kind of green and blue, and they have kind of this almost Z shape to them, which I really think is cool. And then we have this one little kind of, I don't know, is that like a calla lily? Canna lily? What are they called? Calla lilies? Is that the shape? Am I right? We have one of those available. So those are all $5 each. I just think they're really cool, interesting designs. Just cool, interesting designs. All right. So those are unicorn beads. You might know our friends at Unicorn Beads. We also have some beads from our friend Dana Swisher. These are ceramic. This is a little fox. Little fox or a dog. Could be a dog. And these are $15 each. 15, 1-5, little rabbit. Here's a mermaid. A plane on the back. Here is some kind of creature. I'm not sure quite what. Looks like there's a little head up here. Suzanne says, I love Dana Swisher beads. Me too. I wish we could get them easier from her, but it's not always easy to get a hold of her. She's one of those people without email. Sometimes you have to call on the phone. I don't know if she's got an email yet or not. You can't order online from her, but I love her beads. So you have the horse here and the heart as well. Kind of a swirly heart there. So we have those. Those are $15 each, 15. And she's one of those people that we really like a lot, but it's hard to get stuff. It's hard to always get stuff. So get them when you can. And this is one of her face beads. We have one of these left. This is the last face bead. She often puts a little something, spirit or something on the back. And this is a face bead. A little mustache guy. And that's $8 for that one. $8 for that one. All right. And then another thing I like are these. These are Mac Arts glass beads, lamp work glass. And probably this one is the best to see the patterning. So it's kind of like these wavy, kind of like brain-like things or knot-like things. So we have one in this bright kind of orange. Then we have a little slightly darker orange. And then we have an even darker orange, almost heading toward red. And then we have 4 of them in black. So I just think they're cool. They're $6 each. I just think they're a unique kind of style, like a different kind of look, right? So those are Mac Arts lampwork beads, $6 each. All right, what to move on to next? How about this? This is a ring. This is a ring made by Andrew years ago. And this is sterling silver, fine silver bezel. This is a vintage Venetian glass cab. Vintage Venetian glass cab that he set into a ring. This is approximately size 7.5, and it's $100. It's a sell on this. Usually his rings go for more than that. Price this one down a little bit. We've had it for a while. A lot of people have looked at it, but nobody has taken it home. So we have this reset the price at $100. Usually his rings are about $168, somewhere in there. And that's what this one started out as. But since it's a little older, I said, okay, let's give it a little bit of a discount. And it's $100 if you're interested in that. Let me check the size because I was going off of an old label and I just want to make sure. Yep, 7.5, size 7.5. All right. I think it's beautiful. I love it a lot. And it's vintage Venetian cab, right? Vintage Venetian glass cab. I think that's a cool ring. I've thought about keeping it. So there you go. All right. A little sale on that one. And let's start with some big ticket items coming up. Some of you may have seen these before. Some of you may have missed them. Watermelon tourmaline. Watermelon tourmaline. Now these are vintage watermelon tourmaline sets. So there are generally 2 for earrings and 1 for a pendant if you want to do it that way. And I'm trying to get the best color for these. Whoops, as I turn my light off. I don't know if you can see these, but look at the quality of that watermelon tourmaline. It is beautiful. These are beautiful, beautiful pieces. They actually have, I don't know if you can see them. It's hard with this camera, this new camera setup. But up here where the strings go through, the bells are carved into these pieces that this string's going through are actually carved into the pieces themselves. So they are pretty cool. This is about 50, you can see up there, 15.3 carats. This is $120 for this set. $120 for the set. And these are exceptional quality. I wish I had a better way to display these than we do. I have to figure out a way because these are really nice. They're a vintage set. We got it from an estate sale that we bought out. And I have another set which is about twice the size and slightly darker in color if you like the darker colors. So you can see these are beautifully clear. I mean, there, how about that? You can see that watermelon tourmaline color. So there's one big one in the middle, and let's see if I can get the light under the smaller ones here too. There's one of the, look how clear that is. Very clear, very beautiful color. So these are, this is 34.3 carats, and this is $280 for the set. So these are for high-end things. You want to make something beautiful, high-end, you can do that. And you know what? Let's do this today. That's a little bonus. If you want either of these, you can get 20% off today only. Today only, if you claim either of those two sets, I'll do 20% off. I'll do the same sale for these that we're doing in the online store. Since they're higher dollar, harder, I know they're harder to budget for, but I'll give 20% off either one of those if you're interested. I would like these to go to their forever home or to somebody who's really going to work magic with them. All right. So you can get extra 20% off these if just these today, if you order them today. All right. Just take a screenshot, send us an email if you'd like them. All right. Now some gemstone strands that one I love. Whoa, hitting the stand here. One I either love or things that people have been asking a lot or looking at a lot. The first thing are these dyed blister pearls. These dyed blister pearls. Cynthia says that tourmaline is killer. It is. Those are some exceptional pieces of watermelon tourmaline. Exceptional pieces. So these blister pearls, people have been looking at a lot. And blister pearls are pearls that form, and they kind of form irregularly, and they kind of form a little side. Oh, I hope I'm not losing y'all again. It's saying you gotta hurry up because we're cutting the service off soon. So we have the blister pearls in that beautiful red. We have them in this beautiful blue color. We also have them in purple. So if you like any of those, they're only $18 a strand. And people have been looking at these, I don't know why. You know, some things come and go. And we've had these for a while, but people have been really starting to be pulled toward them again. So I figured I'd offer them here again. That's a sale. Thank you out there, whoever that was. Our online sale is ending. Hey, Donna, that was you. Thank you very much, Donna. Our sale is ending in our online store, so make sure you take advantage of that 20% off before it ends. It ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So these are $18. You don't get the sale on these because they're in-store items, but they are beautiful. And if you want them, grab them now. We don't have many of these left. I think there's only one of most of these colors available left because people have been pulling them. People have been trying to buy them again. Or not trying, they have been buying them again. All right, next up, we have these dyed shell in this beautiful orange color. And this is $8. $8 only for the strand of the dyed shell. And if you like shell, I have AB coated shell as well. I don't know that the lights are going to change much on these. Not going to see much on those. Whoops. You can see some, I guess maybe some of that AB coating a little better. But this one is $10 for the AB finish dyed shell. These are nice little nuggets. I think this is the last strand of these available too. And then we have this magnificent blue kyanite smooth chip strand. These are approximately 7mm. They do vary, obviously. This is $28 only for this blue tourmaline, or I'm sorry, blue kyanite. There it is. There it is under light. How magnificent are those? They're kind of a matte blue kyanite color. Not color, they are blue kyanite stones. But they have that beautiful, rich kind of denim color. And this strand is $28 only. $28. And I might have 2 of these. This might be the last one. I can't remember. But those are gorgeous. And then another thing, blue chalcedony. These are blue chalcedony smooth rounds, approximately 6mm. Look how those glow under actual light. And these are $27 for the strand. Blue chalcedony, 6mm smooth rounds. And then we have amethyst smooth rondelles. Last strand of these available. I've been showing these a lot. This is the last strand. $30 for these matte amethyst smooth rondelles. And I don't have a size on these. Let me see. In case anyone is wondering. Come on. I don't have my calipers, so these are approximately 8mm wide. 8mm. Amethyst smooth rondelles, $30 for the strand. Very nice quality, beautiful beads. I can see those in some earrings or a bracelet, right? Beautiful. They almost have like a blue sheen to them a little bit. It's weird, but I like it. That matte quality to it. Next up, who doesn't love sapphires? Next up are faceted sapphires, 8x5mm rondelles. Just a beautiful. These are $55. These are not the highest end, of course, right? But they have that beautiful sparkle. They're a gorgeous blue color. Nice sapphires, quality sapphires. Beautiful, beautiful. You got that beautiful shine that the sapphires get. Sandra says those are pretty. The amethyst, never seen matte amethyst. Yeah, you don't see that very often. And I think that's why we only have the one strand left. Plus I keep showing them to people because I love them. But it's just such a beautiful strand. So these are the sapphires. $55 only to get a strand of sapphires. Nice strand of sapphires. Blue sapphire. And another type of corundum stone, rubies. Rubies. So these are natural faceted rubies. These are not dyed. Natural rubies. These are faceted rounds. 6mm grade AAA rubies. You see that very, very consistent in color, in quality. Beautiful stones. Here's under darker light. Here's under brighter light. Beautiful rubies. $169 for the strand. $169 for the strand. All right. Now, some of these may be in the online store. I can't remember if these rubies are or not, and the sapphires. If they are, and you select them, I will give you the same discount, the 20% off that you would get in the online store if you happen to buy them through me. I will check things before I invoice to make sure if they're in the online store or not. So you can get the same discount. Even if these, let's just even say if these ever were in the online store, even if we ran out in the online store, I'll give you the discount. All right. So these might have been in there. I don't know if they still are or if they're sold out there. Maybe they never got put in. I can't remember. But if they were ever there, I'll give you the discount on them. All right. Another thing that, oh, so many people are asking for right now. I don't know what is going on in the world, but everyone wants fluorite right now. Everyone wants fluorite. And I don't know how many people over the last few weekends coming in through these events asking for fluorite. So this is a beautiful fluorite. These are faceted rounds, 6 millimeter, $52 for the strand. Lots of beautiful colors in there. And I love, love, love fluorite. I wish I could love, love, love the way this camera works a little better. My old phone, I used to be able to get like this, and you could see nice. But now I can't get too close. It doesn't focus the same way. But there's fluorite, $52 for some nice, nice, nice grade fluorite. All right. So if you want anything that you're seeing here, just take a screenshot, send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com with that screenshot. Helps if you add a description too. If you're new or you've not purchased with us for a while, or if you've moved lately, please make sure you send us your shipping address as well. We need to know where it's going. And last up for these gemstone strands, I'm going to start moving into, these are the ones I pulled from the case. I have some other ones I'm going to show you, but these are a smaller 4 millimeter blue tourmaline faceted rounds. These are $96. These are very, very, very nice quality, very beautiful stones. I know these are on the expensive side, but they are well worth it. I wish I had sunlight, because sunlight would make these look like they should. All right. So beautiful blue tourmaline faceted rounds, $96 for the strand. Just a very, very pretty stone. All right. All right. So let's see. What should I get into next? I have a few other, let's stick with some of the small gemstones. Then we'll get into the Halloween charms. Those are already in the online store, the Halloween charms. You can take a look at them closer if you want to. We'll go through them pretty quickly. Like I said, it's going to be too late, unfortunately, to get them to most people by Halloween. But you can still order Halloween, you know, for some people, like you all were saying, is every day. So you can get your Halloween charms still and have them ready for next year, or, you know, use them whenever. You don't need to wait. You don't need to wait your life away to use some of these beautiful things, right? Okay. So next up, we're going to look at, this is white turquoise faceted rounds, and these are 3 millimeter. 3 millimeter. And it's $18.50 for the strand. And yeah, I said 3 millimeter faceted rounds. Beautiful stones. And next up is peach moonstone, 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter faceted round. Yeah, they are faceted rondelles. And that should say 2.5 by 3.5. That's what it was. Peach moonstone, 2.5 by 3.5 faceted rondelles. These might be better if I don't use the camera light. Don't use the phone light, because they sparkle and shine, and you can see it better this way. All right. And next, We have blue moonstone. These are faceted rondelles at 4 millimeters. These look better when you hit them with that light. I think you see some of that blue quality to the blue moonstone. So there you go there. I don't know if all you like these little things. I figured I would show them to you though, because many of you liked our TGBE project where Andrew showed you how to use seed beads to attach fringe to our pendants. And I figured you could use gemstones too. If you wanted to use gemstones to make fringe, you could do that with all these small gemstones. So this is Amazonite. These are faceted rounds at 3 millimeters, and they're $18.50. Beautiful quality Amazonite right there. That's some sparkly, shiny goodness. Sparkly, shiny, blue goodness right there. All right. Okay, next up. These are a multicolor chrysoprase. Chrysoprase with some of the matrix is pretty much what that is. Faceted rounds at 4 millimeters. This is a $40 strand. These are gorgeous. That's some nice quality chrysoprase. Beautiful color. We have a chrysoprase necklace here in the store that has some like AAA grade chrysoprase pieces on it. And everybody, I'm telling you, everybody looks at it. It's more expensive, so not everyone has bought it yet, but everybody loves the color. And this green, this kind of milky green color, is one you don't see very often. You see it in like jade and like nice quality chrysoprase. So if you like those, that's a $40 strand. Grab it and use those beautiful stones. Next, blue aventurine faceted rounds at 3 millimeter. Beautiful blue color. Try to move the stones around for you a little bit so you can see some of the shine and the movement. $18.50. And for things like this, if you are taking a screenshot, please do also send in the email what it is, because if I'm looking at them, sometimes everybody's screenshots are a little bit different. Sometimes these could look very similar, for example. So just to make it easier on me to tell what you're grabbing and what you'd like, please also put the description. This is some just nice rainbow agate. Different colors of agate, $20, 4 millimeter faceted rounds. Just different colors of agate. Sandra's asking, what is the blue one? This blue one? This is blue aventurine. Blue aventurine. And lastly, for the gemstones for today, I think, unless I decide to grab more, we have tourmaline faceted rounds at 3 millimeters. Tourmaline faceted rounds, only $18.50 for the beautiful tourmaline faceted rounds. $18.50 only. These are a good deal. Many of these smaller stones came in before the pandemic or just as it was happening. We grabbed a bunch of them, so we got good pricing on these. Like I said, a lot of these strands were like $18.50. Some of them are more, of course, but we got a good deal. So do you. $17.50 for some, $18.50. I would grab these if you can, if you're looking for small stuff like that, because I think the prices on the smaller stuff is going to start and keep going up. It's already started. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. You can probably tell it's happening. Now, I have a ton of Halloween beads I'm going to show you real quick. Each of these come in various metals, various colors. I'm just going to show you the design. These you can all see in the online store. You do not have to send a screenshot for these. These are already available online, and you can get them there. First one, I don't think you need the light for these, is the little witch bead. This is the witch riding a broomstick. And these little charms, this one is two-sided. And I think, let me just look real quick. I think these are $1.75 each or something like that only. $1.25 each, even better, even better. So there's the little witch riding a broomstick. She is available in 3 different finishes. So you can check that out. These are in the, if you look at the Halloween collection, they should be in there, I hope. Or the latest editions collection. They will definitely come up in latest editions. And hopefully they got put in the Halloween collection as well. Let me just take a quick look. They are in the Halloween. You just have to make sure you sort it new to old. Sort new to old for the Halloween collection to make sure you're getting the right one. The next one is a bat. So these are two-sided also. This is the back of the bat, and there's the front of the bat. I don't know if the light's better on these or not. I think it adds too much glare. I don't know why it feels exceptionally dark today. Like exceptionally dark. I guess we don't have that light from the back room coming in here. So there is the bat, and the bat comes in 3 finishes as well. They are all listed separately in the online store if you want to grab them. They're not listed under one for like in our fine pewter line, you have a pull down to select the different colors. In this one, these are all listed individually just to make it easy to see them all. And next up, we have the zombie. The zombie. There's Andrew. He's awake. He's talking about that rainbow we were talking about. There was actually, he said there was a huge rainbow this morning, and some of our friends got pictures of a double rainbow. This is a little zombie dude, front and back. His head's kind of tilted over to the side where the bell goes on. I think it's really funny. I like this one a lot. So $1.25 each for these in the online store now. Again, these will not ship out to you in time for Halloween. It would be pretty much impossible at this moment. But if you are local, you can get them for pickup. Or if you're just going to order them for next year, you can have them for next year's Halloween, right? Or you can wear them anytime. Because honestly, who doesn't love a cat any time of the year, right? Who doesn't love a cat any time of the year? And I will also say these are like an antique finish. So they're kind of silvery, kind of bronzy. The finish is not perfect on them. Not that it's not perfect, it's done that way, but it's made to look older. All right, so these look like old charms in a lot of cases, which I think is really cool. But don't expect them to be like perfectly plated. It's not the look they're going for. Andrew says, I overdid it working last night. I slept through one of my alarms for an evening meeting. Oh, well. I thought I heard your alarm before I left the house, but then when I peeked in on you, there was no alarm. So I'm like, maybe it was because I had my windows open in my office. So I thought maybe someone else's alarm outside was going off. Next up, we have RIP gravestones with the raven on them. And on the back, it says, never more, never more. So RIP, rest in peace, gravestones, grave markers, never more. All right. All of these come in about 3, most of them come in 3 different metals. We may not have all the metals or all the finishes for all of them. But you can get these, you can see them all in the online store at allegorygallery.com. You can get 20% off of them right now. It's a good way to clear out some of these since we're missing Halloween a little bit. But you can get them 20% off, only $1.25 each. So that's a good price to begin with. Oh, good for the Baltimore earrings too, since that's where Poe was. These are owls. Now, this is not just Halloween. These could be any time. But these are pretty cool owls. Good charms, good for earrings. So we have those. And then we have, who doesn't love a spooky ghost? I love a spooky ghost. There's a boo spooky ghost. The ghost has a front and the ghost has a back, but the front and back of the ghost have two faces. So it's double-sided. Those ghosts, they have two faces. You didn't know that, did you? Well, now you do. $1.25 each, available in the online store. And lastly, oh no, not lastly, almost lastly, we have another kitty. These are only single-sided, but this is a little Cheshire face almost cat. This has a big grin on it. I don't know if you can see that. I don't even know if a light's going to help on that one. They're just too small. I can't zoom in. I wish they had technology to let me zoom in. But cute little cats. Those only come in one finish. The silver finish. And then we have these. Only two of them left. Only two of them left. Like I said, these were out on the floor just a little bit for the witches. So they probably grabbed up a bunch of them. We have a silver and a bronzy colored pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. Andrew said they do, but it's not in our budget. Oh, the zoom in. Well, StreamYard does not have a zoom in function. So I don't know if that's what you mean, but that is not. They don't let me zoom in anymore. I used to be able to get real close with my other camera, and then they switch things around. Make me crazy. All right. Is that it? Is that what I've got? Oh, no. I said I have Christmas stuff too. Andrew saying, do you think Cornelius? I was going to ask you that because I don't know. He's been rained on all day. I don't know. He's close to the building. If you want to help me move him in or move him back to the house, we can do that. But you got to get ready and come down now. Okay, so we have some Christmas stuff. Getting ready for Christmas already. If you want to bring them under the porch, come on down, Andrew. Before I leave, bring the van down and we'll pack them up. Bulbs, Christmas little bulbs and little losing my words. You know what those are. You know what those are. Christmas bulbs, I guess. Is that what they're called? What are these things called? Other than ornaments. I guess I just called them Christmas ornaments. But we have them in different colors. And what color am I missing? Am I missing any of them? This is kind of, the silvers are kind of goldy silvers, and then we have some actual sort of bright silvers. I was like, why in the world is my screen so dark? And then I realized my night shift was on already, which it should not be on yet. But that means my screen was yellow colored and took all the blue light out. So that's why my screen looks so dark. That's why my screen is so dark. There are a few of these that have some little red swirls on them, like a peppermint candy. And I think those are all the colors. Those are all the colors. I also have one of these bulbs in blue that's half. It's like, so it sits easier, but I think I only have one of those. So we have a few of each of those except those two, I think. Little bulbs. I only have one of each. But these are 50 cents each, everybody. 50 cents. These are some old stock we're bringing back out. And that's what they were priced before. So that's what they're priced still. Oh, I'm actually wrong. should just dump them out, right? So I do have a matching pair of those, if you're interested. These are very festive, as Andrew said. So all those colors, blue, red, green, gold, goldish, and silver, and then the little peppermint swirl one of those and two of those. All only 50 cents each if you're interested. We have those. And then we have these. I don't know what those are doing in there, little rings. But we have these. These are also 50 cents each. As you can see, they have glitter. So they are one of those glitter things. But they're in gold and silver. Glitter, glitter everywhere, but that's Christmas, right? That's the Christmas time. Time for more glitter. 50 cents each, if you want any of those. And most of these are kind of, I think they're mostly plastic, so you don't have to worry about them breaking, which is nice. We have these glittery ornaments, 50 cents each. We have angels, baby angels, 50 cents each. We have silver and gold glittery larger ornaments, 50 cents each. Ooh, I caught that one. That was quick nerve, quick response. And then some of my favorite are the bells. And look, there are a few stars in there still too. And some ornaments. So there are some ornaments right there. There are some bells and there are some stars. Do y'all make holiday jewelry, anybody? If you do, there's some, 50 cents each. Fun stuff. You going to a Christmas party, going to a holiday party at all? Fun stuff. All right, that's what I've got to show you today. Let me flip the camera back around. Bebop, 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 boop. Okay. Hello again. Whoop, wrong way. There we go. So those are Christmas, holiday, Halloween, gemstones, artisan glass, artisan beads, ring made by Andrew, some beautifully cut tourmaline, lots of beautiful things in the show today. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you sent some emails in. Again, on those tourmaline pairs, or actually they're more than pairs, on those tourmaline groups, you can save 20%. 20% on those. Since they're a high dollar item, I figure I'll give you a little bit of a break. We don't do that very often, but for this show only, you can do that. And if anything that you're buying through this show, I will cross-reference the online store. If it ever was in the online store, even if it's not there anymore, if it was ever there, I'll give you the 20% discount that we're giving in the online store. If you'd like to just go to the online store and check that out, everything is on sale for 20% off, including those new holiday, those Halloween charms we just got in there using code TGBE20. And that's scrolling along the bottom of your screen. It's been there the whole time. So if you missed it, check that out. And yeah, that's the show. Andrew said, should I make designs to cut out when the replacement laser gets set up? Well, yes. What do you mean, should you? Crazy talk. Of course. Teresa says, thanks so much. Thank you all out there for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us today. You will notice probably this was not streamed into the Great Bead Extravaganza group, and that's because we were mentioning artists that are not in the group, so we don't stream to the other group. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that share button for us, because we had a lower viewership because of that today, we would really appreciate it and let people know that we're out there and the kinds of things that we have. And make sure to like and subscribe. And we got accepted. Well, we didn't get accepted. We were able to apply for monetization on YouTube because y'all helped us get to our 4,000 watch hours, in a 365-day rolling period. And also, we got the number of viewers. Our subscribers are going up little by little. So thank you all so much. We're staying above 1,000, which is great. It's what we need to do. And we had to send in a bunch of tax documentation and ownership documentation to Google to help get that monetization process going. So they said the whole process could take upwards of a month or so, so we won't know yet. I do know our tax documents were accepted, so that's a good start. That pushes us on to the next step in the process. So that's good. So thank you all for doing that, for watching on YouTube and sharing from YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, thank you for watching there as well. And yeah, on to the next things. Andrew said, should I make them for the holidays? Is what he's talking about. I'm not really a Christmas person. I want to make enameled Christmas tree earrings. That's what I want to do. I have it in my head. That's what I want to do. So maybe if I can get some Christmas tree cutouts of some sort in metal, or make them myself, but I'm not really good at that. So we'll see. But I think that'd be cute. Do some earrings. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much. If you want to see holiday items for the new laser, let Andrew know in the comments. All right, everybody. Andrew says they sell Christmas tree blanks. Looks like I need to get some. Looks like I need to get some then. All right. Thank you all so very much. And I think that's it. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.